Justice naming former FBI Director Robert Mueller as special counsel to oversee the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. So what does this mean for the Trump administration? And will it finally expose the source of these White House leaks? Here now to weigh in, former member of the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, Steve Rogers. Steve, thanks so much for coming in here this morning, bright and early.
Yes, sir.
The deputy AG here is a Trump appointee, which I think that was the first thing that threw me off, is that this is obviously something the White House didn't want to happen, and now it has. Rod Rosenstein, why did he have to do this?
Well, look, he didn't have to.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, and I've spoken to law enforcement officers across the country about this, Rod Rosenstein was no doubt angry, upset that the president suggested he made his recommendation based on his memo to the president. But this is a very dangerous road we're going down. There is no need for a special prosecutor. You've got enough people investigating this, but the concern is, and that I've heard across the country with law enforcement officers, is that this really appears to be a witch hunt where they're trying to manufacture evidence. There is no evidence of collusion.
And you know, that's what Chaffetz said last night too, I think, on Tucker, is where is the evidence of it? And the problem you run into is that these things can take years to do, and so you've got the midterm elections coming up. If this administration is under the cloud or the haze of a possible impeachable offense, does that throw the midterms all to the Democrats?
Well, this is really truly a political witch hunt, and that's why it's dangerous. And let me add this, and I know that there may have been an answer to this, but James Comey, if he thought that his memo was so important and so critical, why now? Why not during the time he took that memo and took that information down?
Back in February, 3 months ago.
Absolutely. So it goes to the point that they're really trying to manufacture evidence. I say that. For all the years I've been in law enforcement, I've got to tell you, I've never launched an investigation based on nothing. There's no evidence here.
There's no of collusion. We should say there's no evidence of collusion. Obviously, there was interference, and that was the other big thing. Is, you know, I mean, you see evidence of them doing this in France, in Germany. The big question you would have for anybody on the left is, why would they need, you know, President Trump's administration help when they've been doing this all along with other places?
Exactly.
You know,
there was interference, but there's no evidence that it's connected directly to the president or the White House. The president has a big job to do. He wanted to drain the swamp, and now the people in the swamp are just flailing.
Yeah, well, and I guess that would be understandable if that's the case. I guess one potential upside is Democrats in this, or all the hoopla around this, will this finally silence a lot of the posturing and just a lot of the craze that's going on?
I've got to share this with you. I worked on his campaign in New Jersey, and I remember after he got elected, I said, this is the beginning of a 4-year battle. It is not going to end. Not going to end. But hopefully it'll end by the people removing from office the individuals who are really disrupting this government. And I don't know how they can sleep at night, because it's truly disrupting the ability of the president to govern. We should be supporting the president.
Politics is a wild world. I cannot imagine being in that game. I guess, let's say, you know, first of all, how long could this take? How long could this whole thing
This could be years. Look, the fact of the matter is that if there was evidence you could follow, if there was a lead, this is rumor, this is propaganda, this is innuendo, unnamed sources. There's nothing there for them to grab and say, look, we could follow this lead. This is why I'm concerned about, are they going to manufacture something here? Sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? But you know what? I've seen things happen in the 38 years as a police officer. This is a dangerous road for America.
It is. Steve, thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Heather, over to you.
No one can